Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxchair, on the show this evening is my mucker GB and El Presidente, the bridge man. How we doing, boys?
I'm good, Foxchair. Pleasure to be on with yourself and the bridge man, the Papa and Papi tonight.
Oh, I don't know if you call him Papa, mate. You might have to face the consequences.
Could be trouble. Oh, can I just say a big good evening to yourself, Foxchair, and of course, GB going to carry me through this, we hope. And obviously, the Techie boys, it's a busy night ahead for them, I'm sure. And what can we say? Massive result yesterday for us. Great result, great 3 points. And can I just say to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a strange week. 7 days at Porto last Thursday, Easter Road, and then lo and behold, we end up we're closer than when we started in the league. We've shut the goal difference down, and bizarrely, if we can win our next 2 league games, we could actually be sitting top of the table. It's mental, GB.
Oh, mate, like the emotions the Glasgow Rangers are now is just unbelievable. I think we kind of seen a bit of that between the Hibs game and the first half last night, mate. It's just
there's no excuse but for booing the team getting off the pitch when we're winning a football match, mate. It's terrible. It's wrong, and it has to stop, mate.
No, when we're winning. I would see the point if we were like 1-0 down going in at half time.
I don't even get that, if I'm honest, if you're there to support the team. I don't get it, mate. I'm really struggling with it. This has become ridiculous. We're allowed to criticise and we're allowed to talk about players, but if we're supporters, mate, you're there to get behind our team. Yeah, it doesn't help the team. It doesn't help the support. And personally, I think it's a disgrace. Yeah, just thought to get it off my chest, mate.
No, mate, I agree. I just think I've said before, mate, and it's not me personally, but it's just an opinion I've got here, is that I think it's a built-up frustration, mate. I think when you look for the time that SG left for Gio taking air, being in the driving seat to win that league, and then we totally fell apart. Then you had the likes of Beale coming in, just again total shambles, and then we had Clement coming in. It looked as though the charge was on. We fail again. Not so much the manager, but the players fail us again. Then it's a rip-up job again. We have Russell Martin, and then now we've got Danny in, and we've been it's been a seesaw effect with Danny. I don't think anybody's against the manager at all. I don't think they're blaming the manager for any of the kind of wee slip-ups we've had. I think we just were, as a fan base, I think it's built up frustration, mate, because I think we've been so close a lot of the time to basically getting a title back since Steven Gerrard, but I think we've been handing out titles as well, Ox, and I think that's where frustration builds in. I think everybody can see that we are on the cusp of grasping this title this season, from anywhere, to be honest.
So you're saying that you think criticising that group, they're on the cusp, is going to help them?
No, I don't, mate. But I think because the frustration then boils there because we know that we're probably good enough to deal with, like say Celtic, to deal with Hearts, and we seem to always have this kind of thing about us. I don't know if it's not even just the players, because there's all different squads have failed it, but I think it's that kind of way we always just seem to give other teams an easy ride, if you know what I mean. We never seem to. Well, last night, ultimately after the second half, we grasped the result, we got the result, and now we're sitting 3 points behind now. And we need to keep charging that on. We need to show that we're ready to grab this title. What we don't want is another slip up, and then it just goes back to the status quo, mate. And that's where I think that, like I says, that's just my opinion. I think that that's why there's so much.
I don't want to upset anybody, mate, but I'm going to inform anybody who thinks like that. We will lose games of football again, and we will draw a match. Nothing sure, Bridgeman.
And I say, just to everybody that's listening and yourself, I've been, shall we say, complaining bitterly for possibly the last season, since somehow or other the crowd started booing the team off the park, particularly at Ibrox. I don't like that. I don't think it's right. I never did think it was right. And I complained that the board should do something about it. Whatever it is, they have to get it fixed and get the fans to stop booing. How do you do that? I don't know. That's up to the board. But they can't come off the park halfway through a game to boos ringing in their ears. Admittedly, it's some of the decisions that go against our team and so on and so forth. We've got to live with that. We've just got to. But we can't be booing them. Surely we must stop. Fans, please stop the booing. And I know how you feel, because I felt similar for a long time. But I would never boo my team. Never.
I was very, very frustrated at half time myself yesterday, Bridgeman. I thought we were poor, but that's a different debate, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Pat. I think, look, you watch them and well, I think we're going to talk as we go further into the programme. And you're going to talk about incidents in the park and so on and so forth. The first half, oh my goodness gracious, what can I say about the first half? Oh, but if you go all the way through the game, the amount of shots we had at goal, or chances, to have a shot at goal, and we never took it. And when we did get the ball away, it wasn't on target, and blah, 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 blah. And it goes on and on and on. We need to get that sorted, and I'm sure the manager has got just that in mind with the players that he brought in. And, of course, the players that he let go as well.
See, when you picked up your Financial Times this morning, mate, and you went to the sports section, yeah? Right? What did it say the result was?
Of course, one of the nicer results we've had this season, or in any season for a long time.
A game of football last 90 minutes. Look, people have got the right to criticise, and people have the point of view that I pay my money, I'm entitled to boo. That's an argument and a debate that I would have that, and I think there's a time and a place to vent your frustrations. Not when the team's got a chance of going 3 points, they're 1-0 up, we're playing against 10 men, who, by the way, done very well in the first half. You've got to give the other team credit as well. They're not there to be cadding for her. Did we play well? No, we never. With a lot of failures, we'll touch on that and get your views on it. But I just think, well, follow, or no. Yeah. I don't understand it. Wait till the game's at least finished. For 3-0 down against Kilmarnock, we're playing against 10 men. I would accept that. We were 1-1-0. Didn't look as if we were likely to lose the game. Yeah, they had a good chance, but they were obviously going to tire. And I just don't get it. I really don't.
I know, mate. I know where you're coming from. Like I says, I'm just looking at it. It's like when I heard that last night, I wasn't surprised in the sense that the booing came, because, like you're saying, mate, everybody was probably peeved off the kind of first half performance, and I think it's just, again, I'm probably clutching at straws here, but I think it's just built up frustration, mate. I think we're just, some of the fan base is just frustrated.
How does that make it right that a lot of new players, and we're allegedly going to try and win a league title? What are we achieving? We're still upset because Stevie G left us in 2021. It's nearly 6 years ago. I don't
think it's that. I think it's more that, like it says, we've just been always there and thereabouts, and we've handed titles there, Ox. I don't think, let's face it, in the past few seasons, like, I don't think somebody's won it because they've played amazing football all season, or they've been like head and shoulders above any other squad like in the league. I think it's just been done to, like I says, poor results off certain other teams. And another team.
That's what happens in a league campaign, mate. You know.
I know, but do you honestly think Celtic's been amazing to win these titles the last few seasons? That's what I'm getting at. Like, I don't think Celtic have been playing out their skin to win titles. I think they've had it easy, Ox. And I think this is where the frustration builds up, that we should really be sitting there with mere notches against the post the titles, mate.
But how does that help us going forward? We blew the title under Giovanni. We accept that. We might not go to Seville. Yeah, we might not. You might not be able to answer that, right? And we blew it under Clement. We've not been close apart for the 2 occasions. The things that could have been different if you win the titles. I accept that, you don't know. But I don't see how that's got any relevance to last night at half-time at home to Kilmarnock in February. I don't.
Do you think if we won against Hibs, do you think they would have booed at half-time was been 1-0 up? I don't think we would have. I think it's the inconsistency at times.
People would go to the game on the supporters. We're 1-1-0.
No, I know, but I think they were looking at it that there
I'm
was.
going to tell you another thing, mate. We will draw in our history, in our future, at Easter Road again.
I know, but I don't think folk want it to be in the detriment to a title again.
Thing. We will go to Easter Road and we'll not get beat there for a long, long time, and we will get beat again. And I'll say this again, mate. We will lose a game at Ibrox. Wow, we're going to have to put all this knives and scissors away, mate. Yeah.
Mate, I get it. I'm just saying, like, what folk are not wanting is that they don't want it being a detriment to another title getting lost, because so I feel as though we.
So telling me that helps our team.
No, but what I'm saying is,
I just can't get it, mate. I'm bamboozled, right? We'll part that. Other people can talk about it, but we'll talk about the game, right? We started pretty slow, and we're sort of first attack bridge, man. Nice bit of play with Magoma, with Moore, a lovely pass, good run with Gas, man. In fact, if we hadn't done that run, I would have known he was on the park. Penalty kick and a sending off, yeah? You must have had a good view last night, Bridge.
I would think that I think it was 100% penalty kick. I think it was a definite sending off. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about it. He just took the man. He just sized him in half. For me, anyway, that's what I saw. And as far as I'm concerned, thoroughly deserved penalty and a thoroughly deserved red card. And they can claim all they want and moan all they want. That's the truth, as far as I'm concerned. And that should have picked us up and let us go on with the game. And now you're only playing against 10. I know sometimes it's a mountain. You're playing against the lesser amount of players, but we should be able to do that, and a Rangers team should be able to manage it. But you know, I have to say what you just said a second ago. That team picked themselves up, got on with it, and my goodness gracious, for big chunks of the first half, they were a better team than us, holding the ball for 22 to 24 passes sometimes, which is, to me, I just can't believe it. We're watching our players running about like wee boys, you know. But that's what it felt like anyway, and that's what I saw. I just think somewhere along the line, the manager got a grip of them and into the second half, and eventually I think it was tired legs by the Kilmarnock players, just tired legs. It's a hell of a shift they put in. But some of the goals were scored outstanding.
Aye, so look, we gets the penalty, GB, and like everybody else in the circumstances, I'm thinking, let's get a second and a third before half time, make this easy for us, and get a few goals and sit back and enjoy it. And I'll say it, I was frustrated as anybody at half time. I thought we were abysmal in the final third. I thought Asgard was non-existent. I seen something today that it was the 26th minute before he passed the ball to a Rangers player. 26 minutes, 22 against 10 men. But people will say, you don't like him, Ox. Well, I didn't like that performance. I thought Majovski was appalling in the first half. I thought Gasman was non-existent. Raskin didn't have a good game. The two young boys on the left side with a shining light. Bagoma and Young Moore. Yeah, and Diamandi chipped in as well. And but most of a decent play came down the left. When Moore, it looked as if he was up for it. And I get the frustration. We never really made a chance. I mean, the best chance felt with Asgard. and they had the best chance. The boys, if he hits the target, it's a goal. So I get the frustration. We didn't play well in the team. Some of the players were non-existent. I get that, GB.
No, you're right, mate. I did have not so much a chuckle, but with Asgard when he hit that shot at goal, and it was like a pass. I was like, Ox will be like shaking his head at that again. And to be honest, I was shaking my head, mate. I like his performance last night was shocking. It was just bad, and how he's. And to be fair, the boys in the second half, I think now he'll be fighting for his position after that, because he's just no showing enough. Ox. Granted, like you said before, mate, he's stepped up at sometimes to get his goals to win his games and stuff like that, and hopefully we'll look back on that and we'll thank him for it. But it's his last night again. I think that's where the frustration comes in, Ox, with players like that, when they're not really busting a gut and they're not really showing something. I think that's frustration boils over, and I'm not justifying it, mate, but I don't think they were booing about being 1-0 up or anything like that. I think they were more booing about certain players just reverting to type, i.e. Asgard. Asgard was showing signs of Russell Martin form last night, you mean? And I think that folk are just not wanting us to go back there. I mean, and folk are wanting us to stay where we are. Me personally, like I say, I don't want it to be seen a performance like that when we're challenging for a title. But what I was happy to see in the second half was players that came on the park who were going to grab the game and what I say is show that they're up for destroying a team. And what I say is the first half performance was what can you do when you've got Kamark trying to bed in and just catches on the break. I mean, Jack Butland probably had a better first half than he did the second half. I mean, considering what happened. But Ox, that's where I think it all boils off. I don't think anybody's against the manager. I don't think overall anybody's against the team. I think they're against certain players in that squad that seem to just, I don't know, forget they've got a Rangers shirt on at times.
Well, I think people have heard me on here. I've not been Asgard's greatest fan. I accept his touches and that. Gassama's form in the last few weeks, I think, has been pretty poor. He came on against Dundee, scored a great goal as a substitute, got the goal in Porto, but he's not contributed a lot. Majowski is frustrated as all, and there's players in my team out of the park that have Fosner again, but I don't understand what we're trying to achieve. You know, I don't understand how that helps them or their colleagues, mate. Because if you don't watch, you'll have somebody saying, I don't want to play here. Or I'm not going there, somebody you want because of that, mate. I don't see how it helps. There's a time and a place. And 1-1, nothing in a game that you're pretty much going to control. Hopefully get in the second half and get more goals. It's not the time or the place. I don't understand it. Somebody might come on and be able to explain it to me, because then I might understand it, but I don't, personally. You know,
There'll be learners taken for that last night, mate. That's what I think. I think the fans would have learned that maybe we just have to hold it in, like you're saying, 1-0 up. Let's see what happens the rest of the game.
Say we were 1-0 done.
Mm-hmm.
What would that have achieved?
I lost probably. I think the teams Russell Martin wouldn't have come back for that. We came out sitting, especially with them sitting with 10 men last night, and say they did get one of the chances that they had in that first half, and they were sitting 1-0. You would probably see your team struggle to win the game. You know what I mean, or even get a draw with it.
But they might have rallied and won the game 7-1.
I know, but no way like you're saying with the kind of criticism and the booing.
Doesn't help. Right, so we goes in 1-0 at half time, but we didn't play well. I think we all agree that, mate.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, indeed. I'm under no illusions about that.
You know, so there wasn't any changes at half time. I'll just get the minutes when the subs come on in front of me. I'll put it away. But we started the second half a wee bit livelier, you know, and we were pinning Kilmarnock back. I think, if we're honest, I think they've done okay in the circumstances, Bridge, because let's also be honest, it's difficult to play with 10 men that long, yeah?
Yes, it's and more and more it sort of brings you down. The further into the game you go, and you're playing with a lower number against a lower number of players, and they're somehow or other they're managing to hold the ball longer than you, and that's the part where you start to get angry within yourself and start to get frustrated, and all the things, the emotions go high, all the rest of it, because you're not getting the ball, and when you get the ball, you find yourself losing the ball. It might be a bad pass, it might be walking into the opposition, and you're not looking, the guy's right next to you and you can't see him, that kind of thing. As we know, we've all seen that, but balls that stolen off you, and that shows you're maybe a yard off the pace in your mind because you're not ready. And we need to get over that. That's got to be done. We have to be. The first thing I noticed last night, we didn't win the toss. And I think it's the most frustrating thing in my life. The most frustrating thing is that Rangers lose the toss at Ibrox or don't get to play into the Coatland for the second half. That just drives me nuts. I hate seeing them playing into the Coatland in the first half. I just hate it because it's just somebody's won it and it's no us. It's just stupid. So that's the way I feel, and that can drive on in you. Not at the players' level, of course. It's not at the players' level. This is for a fan. And I don't know if there's any fans feel the same as me. Maybe you say I'm a stupid old soul, But I really feel it. Huh?
I get annoyed when we don't play in blue when we can, mate.
There you go. What's wrong with our team? What's wrong with our colours?
We started the second half okay, and then we were huffing a bit, and then Miofsky pops up with a good finish, GB, and you could just feel all the pressure disappearing when we get the second goal, yeah?
Aye, you could see that Camargo as well probably knew that was the aim. That was the game, set, and match kind of thing. And by the way, that's what we're looking for from Miofsky, mate. There's that kind of finish. It was a sneaky wee shot into the corner, wasn't it? They caught them all. They caught the keeper dry there. And he's got that in his bag, and I hope it does give him confidence, because he was, again, the strikers this season have been quite funny. Like he was on a bit of a roll. We had that talk with the manager, and then he ended up becoming no well, and he got taken to the team, and then Schmidt stepped up. Then Schmidt's obviously injured, and Miofsky's back in, and he's scoring goals again. So it's again a bit of a seesaw effect with him, but. Again, nice finish, and like you say, mate, just took the sting right out of Kilmarnock, and it was good to see that the players just when they finished at that point, I think they did put on a bit of an entertaining game after that, mate.
So just after we got the goal, we made 3 substitutes. I would have made these 3 substitutions at half time personally. Aaron's went off for Aaron's came on for Tav, and I would have substituted Tav because he'd been booked. I think
he only got sent off.
What's that, mate?
He should have been sent off.
Well, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Oh, that's a stone waller, to be honest.
And then Asgard and Gassama went off for Nadira, and Olsen and Michel's were shape, and Miofsky went back to the middle of the park, which did them up. But we saw Naderi for the first time, mate, and I've got to say, I think he done okay, and I don't know what you think yourself, Bridge. One of the things that did please me was he had a turn of pace that I hadn't seen or read about. Nice touches. Yeah, you could argue could have scored, but he was lively, looked as if he's an effective team player, fast and tall. Bridge, your kind of player.
Oh yes, most assuredly. Yeah, I was impressed with him. I'm not saying he was the best player in the whole world or anything, but I thought he did very well for his first turn in getting the team, and I thought it was a sitter he missed. I'm not saying he meant to miss it, but he was unlucky. But it really should have been a goal. We all know it. Anybody was there has seen it. It's a definite goal. So a big black mark for him on that, but not really. As far as I'm concerned, really good impression. Good impression.
GB.
Aye, do you know something, Ox? When you added him in, and then all the rest of them came on, apart from Max Aarons, the the team look like giants, isn't it? It's like walk amongst the giants. The height in the team is unbelievable. And he's got that. He's got that kind of wee. I don't know. He was like sneaking about in the game as well. Do you notice? Like he was there in the wing, and then he would just run into the box, kind of thing. So I hope good things for him. He does look raw. I don't know if you thought that. He's obviously did look brand new to the team. So this is it. He was. I think he's got to need time, Ox, to show his true qualities. But I think, like you says, once he does, like say the pace and what I've seen for his goals that he's already scored in other teams, then I think he will be a good asset to his mate.
Aye, so then we brings. I'm just looking at the time for the goals. Then we brings on. We takes off young McGoma, and we brings on Romance. And Bridge, I've got to say, his cameo debut goal, I thought that was one of the best I'd seen for a long time. I wasn't sure if he'd be in the squad. He was in the squad. I thought he might get some minutes, but he looked fast, powerful, always in control. And I might be proved wrong, but in first impressions, he looks a good unit.
I'll tell you, I was impressed with him. I'll tell you, I thought he smashed him, really and truly. I thought he walked on it when he was walking on the pitch. He had a bit of gallus about him. He knew where he was on the pitch, and his involvement was tremendous. He just puts that air about him that he knows where he is. This is my pitch, and away he went. And I thought he was tremendous, really and truly tremendous. And I'm looking forward to seeing him in a Rangers shirt for a long time to come at left back. I don't know whether the manager's going to argue with the players or what he's going to do or try and bounce them. But you've got a left back there that given about 3 or 4 games, you'll see him get some form about him. Marvellous, a lot of polish in that player, a lot of polish.
GP.
As Port Bear says, he certainly looks as though he's got a good engine on him, Ox, doesn't he? And he's no scared to go forward. And the amount of cutbacks he was doing last night for the team that was, like I say, scaring the hell out of Kilmarnock was brilliant to see again. McGoma has been steady Eddie for us this season, Ox. You can tell that he's still developing, but Romans, like I says, last night just looked as though he's got that bit of quality to help us score goals, mate. I think McGoma defends real well, and maybe again we'll need to wait and see how Romans does with the defending side of the game. But certainly going forward, he looked a threat, Ox, and again he draws players towards him, and which gave the space to, like say, our more creative and clinical players last night. Created space, Ox, which I think again in the box we've been very pedestrian, haven't we? It's been kind of like we've all stuck together. It hasn't been looking as though there's all space or anything like that. And I liked how he was getting into the box, and then, like I said, being able to find a player, mate, or create something, create havoc in the box. That's what we've not had for a long time, mate.
I enjoyed his performance last night. I enjoyed his attitude. I enjoyed his endeavour, Bridge. I enjoyed everything about it as a cameo. I'm not getting carried away. I know that Kilmarnock were tired and the game had pretty much gone when he came on. I get all that, I understand that. But I just thought my first impression was a good G. Yeah. Now, I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again.
Well, let's get this down in writing. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think that guy's going to be a really good Rangers player for us. I'm convinced of it. And for the first time onto the park, and Ibrox was quite heavy with the sort of rain. But I think he'll be a really good player, stepping straight in there. And admittedly, he's not doing 90 minutes, but the first 90 minutes he gets, that'll be a teller for him. And we'll see. But he was playing in the German leagues, wasn't he?
Oh, the Bridge, I never caught that.
I'm saying, was he in the German leagues?
Yeah, I can't remember where he came from. I'll check
All right.
it out for you, mate. I'll check
If you wouldn't mind. But I think
Westerlo.
Okay.
Westerlo. So going by my geography, was it the Belgian league? I think.
Belgium. Okay. You're used to sort of German.
That means he was playing in Thailand, but
that was a cautious. I was very cautious to what my mouth there.
Brilliant. I love it. I love it. But it's just true, isn't it? It's just true. Wow.
that's Fox giving me the thumbs up that I got it right.
No, but that guy, he strolls apart. He does his stuff, and I think it was maybe three really good touches he had in the box. So confidence there to make passes or whatever he's got to do. I think he's got the poise. And you mentioned a minute ago, maybe it was a bit later in the game when you see all this, and the opposition were a bit tired. But nevertheless, he's on the park and he's going to be full of confidence, and there's going to be a big battle for left back at the moment.
yeah, and that boy's not done anything wrong, really. We go on, but this guy looked potentially a step up, and young Jaden's, he's done all right for us, you know. So, look, I might be wrong, but first impression is really, really good. But I'll tell you what, before we continue on, we're going to get the phone lines open, and then we'll come back to the rest of the match, because it did get entertaining, apart from one moment. So, if you don't mind, lads, let's get the phone lines open. So let's hear from these.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
So we then gets the third goal. And Romance was involved in that. It came down the left, and it went to Scott Wilson, as everybody calls him. And everybody talks about his class before he came, and we hadn't seen it. But he showed it in that moment, GB.
Aye, mate. I've been waiting for that moment, mate, just to see the bit of quality. I was, again, maybe jumping the gun. I was a bit concerned about the performances and stuff like that for him, and how he was a bit tentative when he was taking on a player and stuff like that. But last night, I don't know if it was because he came off the bench and he had a point to prove, but that finish, Ox, I mean, that was a quality finish. Didn't he panic? You know what I mean? Knew where he was placing it. And more of the same, please. I mean, if we can get him firing like that, Ox, inside the box, then I don't know. Maybe do you know where his position was, Ox? See, when he was standing in the middle of the box, maybe we need to get him moved in there a bit more, because we have. I know he's been signed as a right winger, but I don't know.
I'm maybe a bit old-fashioned, mate, and I don't know what Bridge thinks about it, mate. If you're playing either wing, mate, and the ball goes down the other side, you've got a right to make runs into the box.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you might even make daft runs to the front post and try and just disrupt the punch. But you've got to be involved when the ball comes into the box when you're playing on the opposite side of the park. Yeah, I don't know what you think, Bridge.
100%. That's the key role, because the way our fullbacks, particularly the right fullback at the moment, when he crosses a ball at the moment, it's going way to the far post, and a lot of the times it bounces outside the other side of the box, and there's nobody there. And I agree with you 100%. You're looking for your wide man or fullback to be there whenever the ball comes across, like really good chances coming in. And if he's not there, he'll kick himself if he's standing up at the second, the sort of halfway line. No, they should be there. 100% they should be there and be involved.
Anyway, Ross has joined this evening. Ross.
All right, brothers.
How we doing?
Just got to say last night, fantastic. Well done, Rangers. 5-1. Couldn't have beat that score last night. Just a wee point I want to make. Why are fans booing on the Rangers players? I think that's bang out of order. I can, right, we've had maybe one or two wee hiccups and mistakes, right? That's in the past. Rangers fans, get up high. Let the boys just be as it is. I can, again, me mistakes here and there. Just got to see what you've got to say about it, boys.
Well, with a long debate on it, I think it would only be right. GB.
Ross, I think it's built up frustration. I think as well it could be a generation thing with the Rangers fans, because you think about it, if you became a Rangers fan 2010 onwards, mate, all you've felt is probably pain, you know what I mean? And apart from the kind of Stevie G and the Seville time. And I think, like I says, with the times that we've been so close with Clermont, Gio, and then this season we've came back for, like I says, the depths of despair, to be so close. I think, like I says, folk are obviously just getting a bit frustrated, mate. Is it right? No, because we were sitting 1-0 up at half time. But I'm not justifying it, but I can semi-understand it, because if you've been a fan and this is constantly what you're getting is let down, then maybe that's where the frustration boils over, mate.
And I'm just going to say to you again, one of the Rangers fans again fighting and all the rest of it. Again, mate, we hate Celtic supporters. That's a definite, right? Not going to discuss that. We hate them. They're tatty munchers. But again, we need to stop all this fighting, because Rangers are going to end up getting into bother. Let's go to a game, Rangers. Let's sit down and watch it and get drunk. Let's just sing the sash and just have a good laugh, boys.
Yeah, get behind the team, Ross. Is that the point you're making? Get behind the team.
Just get behind the team and let's enjoy one night. Go to the fuck on a Saturday from then on a Sunday. Let's enjoy it, Rangers. Come on. Stop the fighting on the fucking nest, it, boys. Sorry, fucking swim, boys. Sorry, mate. But just come on, boys. Enough's enough.
Bridgeman? Oh, Bridge, last call.
I'm rattling away to Ross there and he's not there. It was me.
Sorry, Bridgeman.
That's all right, but no, it's me. I kept it on mute. Apologies to everyone. No, I think you're right. I agree with you 100%. We need to get ourselves together as a fan group. You know, the fans have got to get together and rally behind the manager. The manager, it looks like, starting to bring in some decent players, and we've seen them playing, particularly in the second half there yesterday. It was really good to watch. Good to see Rangers scoring more than one goal, let's say. And I'm a 1-0 fanatic, as everybody knows. But don't always want Rangers to score more. I'll take that at least at any time. But seriously, 5-1, and of course it could have been 10-1. The likes of some of the chances that come up to our midfielders, and they couldn't even shoot the ball next to them and target our end, bouncing it off the defenders. All that nonsense, you know, just poor.
All I want to say is God save the king. No surrender, boys. Let's get into these folk. No surrender.
Cheers, Ross. I'm going to say, Bridget, for in the circumstances in the match, I thought Kilmarnock gave everything they had, and they didn't just camp in and try and keep us out and frustrate. They went 4-4-1 and bothered us in the first half, and obviously it takes its toll in that size of pitch, playing with 10 men at any level. And we came out and we played well in the second half, and we moved the ball quicker. We didn't do that in the first half, and I get the frustration of the performance in the first half. I don't understand the turning on the team. And by the way, it was the minority. You know, it's obviously made the headlines, and we're talking about it. It wasn't the majority by a distance, but in the second half, Bridgeman, Kilmarnock still defended well. They gave Neil McCann and Billy Dodds everything they had, and funny enough, they're not the worst team I've seen at Ibrox this season, even though they get beat 5-1.
Well, you know, the worrying thing for me, and I'm not being funny when I say this, being a defender in any way, shape or form, but I'm a centre half first. For instance, they just when you say they put Kilmarnock were playing really well, they put us under pressure. And you know that when we lost our goal, obviously through the goalkeeper and the other centre half putting a poor ball in my opinion, they had two men inside our 6-yard box. Two men inside our 6-yard box, and we had nobody in the 6-yard box. That's how easy that goal was. The goalkeeper made a wee slip up, so on and so forth, and he's totally embarrassed by it. But I got angry because I love clean sheets, and that is what was the point of doing that? I mean, what are we doing? Why are we gifting goals to people? So we'd give 3 goals away in one game, in the European game, and now we're giving another goal away for nothing, absolutely nothing, just lack of concentration.
Goalkeeper's fault.
Of course, goalkeeper. I thought it was a poor ball by the centre back as well. It was far too close to the byline. Mind you, your goalkeeper could have run out and battered it, if it wanted to.
I'll tell you what, Prince, the old adage is the old common sense football approach. We would struggle with it. Never pass the ball across your goal.
Absolutely.
Never put it back towards on target of your goalkeeper. And ever in doubt, put it out and just take your medicine, yeah. And they don't do it now, and they lose goals that they should lose, yeah.
I played with goalkeepers that would have booted the ball straight back to Giga. That terrible ball, you got to give him a rollicking. If he could hit him with the ball, he'd do it. It was a shocking pass. Terrible pass. But then again, our goalkeeper...
I played with goalkeepers and they ran out the hook. Jeff, you'd have given
exactly. I played with him as well. I've been hooked by him, I can tell you. Wow. Terrible. Terrible stuff. Anyway, the mind, I guess.
But aye, listen, mate. Obviously, that was a big minute, a comedy minute. We'll put it down to comedy. And let's be honest. Jack got us a point, and he lost us a goal, right? So if Jack Butland gains us more points and loses the odd goal for now to the end of the season, and we are picking up victories, I'll take that. But it was a moment, and I think the learning curve for us, he has put himself under pressure at times. I think he's too lackadaisical, and I think what it is, mate, he's not good at moving his feet, so he puts himself under pressure. He's a big unit, I get that, understand that, but he's just got to move and get there quicker and stop putting himself under pressure, because he's done it before, GB.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed with Jack Butland was when he gets overconfident, that's when you get the mad moments off him. Like, see the big saves he's been having for us in that Oxy. I've been seeing a bit of swagger back in him. You didn't really see that when he was going through that kind of torrid time when it was Kelly that was coming in to take care of him and stuff like that. But like this season, because he's been the mainstay in that, and you've seen a bit of swagger. That last night, I think, was just like I think he was just being overconfident. He's like, no bother, pass the ball to me anytime you want, and it's the boys battered the bottom, and he's been caught sleeping, and it was a shocker. But
I've caught across you, mate. I've caught across you. We've been joined by Jude. I don't want to crack the.
How you doing, Carol? You
How
all
you
right?
doing, mate? All right, mate. What's on your mind, mate?
For me, mate, I've played left wing all my days. Drum champ amateurs, mate. I don't think Mikey Moore is suited to that left wing position. I think he'd be better in the 6, honestly.
The 6?
7.
Wow.
He's got the heart, he's got the fight for it. I don't know if he's too well suited in that left wing.
He was last night, mate. He was man of the match. I thought he did an excellent game. I know some people think...
Look, he had a good game, but honestly, I think he'd add so much more to our team in that 6 position. Everything would go through him. He's no Hink.
I've never thought of him as a 6, mate. Potentially a 10, but no a 6. What's your thoughts? Aye, but what's your rationale? I don't see him getting about the pitch like that.
He's got the fight that these players don't have. Some of these boys don't know what it means to play in a Rangers jersey. Honestly, see some of the boys are a bunch of freeloaders in this team. But Mikey Moore, I see the heart, mate, and he works for the team. You seen that last night with the man of the match performance. Actually, Mikey up top doesn't know what it means to be a Rangers player. And I don't know if Danny Rowe can do the job. We dropped points against Hibs there. Celtic against Nancy. First half, they played us off the park. We won the game. But we know how Nancy turned it. Does Danny Rowe have it? We also get beat off Hearts and all. I don't know if the performances have been good enough to win this tough league this season, boys.
Wow, mate. Well, you don't go through every game perfect. We won the great Easter Road, I accept that. We won the first half at their place. We won the game, mate. We then went to Pittodrie, which is a place that we've struggled with after beating them at Ibrox, Aberdeen, beating them comfortably. Drew me Hibs at Easter Road wasn't a good performance after a European tie. If we keep these numbers,
do you not agree with me? Some of the players don't know what it means to play in a Rangers shirt, honest to God, mate.
Well, they wouldn't, mate. They're not brought up like us, mate. They're not brought up like us. This is the thing. I mean,
I know we're Rangers through and through, mate. And I know that these boys come from different teams and they don't understand what it's like to play for the mighty Gels. But honestly, that Mikey Moore showed me some fight that I've not seen in a while.
Well, I thought Moore...
Do you not agree on that?
I thought Moore was excellent last night. I thought he was excellent last night and gave us...
It wasn't, mate, but honestly, just think, everything goes through that sixth position, mate. And if he's controlling the game, pinging the ball into the striker, pinging it into the winger, then I think he could do levels for Rangers, mate.
I don't see him being that deep, mate. I don't think he's got it in him. But listen, we're all getting different views on the game. Bridgeman?
Oh, Mikey Moore was the best player in the park last night by a long way. A very exciting player, and I'm dreading that he's not going to be with us next season because he's actually came on.
I know, mate.
For maybe the first 2 or 3 months he played for us, he was pretty poor at times. But my goodness gracious, he's waked himself up and he's playing really, really well. He's got so much stamina. He has great legs. He runs like ever, forever with the ball. Takes a dunt, all the things that you want your player to be. Easily bypasses any challenge on him. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to get battered, but if it's an ordinary challenge, he'll ride it, no bother at all, and away he goes. I think he's a super player, and I want Rangers to find out how much he'll cost. But I think he would be an absolute pleasure to have in our Rangers team. And I agree with you as well. Positional on the park. Last night, I think he had an outstanding game last night. But I also think that somewhere on the park where it's not out wide, because we have players we can play out wide and without crowding anyone. I'm not saying they're going to be as good as Mikey Moore because he's a bit of quality to him, but I really do think the number 6 is an ideal spot for him for sure.
Aye, exactly. And can I ask you another thing, boys?
Aye.
What, honestly, back in my day, this wasn't a slide. What about this Jigga's white tights? Come on to fuck, boys.
Well,
this is embarrassing when we are playing against teams here.
Just watch your language, mate. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mate.
That's all right, mate. Just watch. It's a bit of
white tights.
A bit of a fashion statement. I think GB's wearing black stockings, man. GB.
The Hoover and all the rest of it.
Super duper.
I did see a thing that was going about saying that it was like giving respect to the founding fathers last night. I mean, but like, that is what it is. It's modern day football, isn't it? You see the socks getting cut
in front of the opposition. We can't be wearing white tights, mate. You know what Rangers stand for. No surrender. That's like flinging up the white flag, mate. In my opinion.
Actually,
that's why he's alone.
That's bizarre. I thought he actually played all right last night. Did you get? But I get the white tights. They were a shot, mate. They were a shot. Just in the fashion stakes, I don't know if they work GB.
No, I don't think you could get away with walking down Govan with them on, mate, to be honest.
No, you can't, mate. If I wanted test in this league, mate, we can't be wearing tights like that, man. I'm sitting at the watching the football with my missus, mate, and she's thinking this is all a laugh and a joke because of them.
Listen, mate, you could wear pink tights if we won every game from now to the end of the season, and I wouldn't care.
I don't know about that, mate. I think I'd rather Celtic win the league than we start wearing the pink tights. The whites are bad enough, big man. Know what I mean?
Listen, I would accept the pink if we won every game. Bridgeman?
For me, the fashion statements are difficult to believe, and we've seen a number of players playing, particularly with tights on. And I think Viga Sammer's been playing with them as well. Sort of white, maybe longer. I think it's white tights. But it's a fashion statement for the Rangers. And if it helps with guys to play football, keep their legs warm, then I'm all for it. No matter what it is, like as long as they're no playing with a strip on, a different strip as the other boys, they're all playing with a blue jersey on, then that's what matters to me. And get a go
Aye,
ball on
if
the
they're playing in the red, white and blue, mate, I'm not too fussed,
That's
to
it,
be honest.
yeah.
But the white tights, mate, I don't know, I think they're embarrassing themselves a wee bit.
Listen, are
Brilliant.
they still
Brilliant.
wearing flares or not up the drum?
Mate, you wouldn't wear a pair of white tights, mate. And see that Chubbity, mate, up top, honestly, mate. See if it was a game of the Drummy amateurs, I don't even think he'd get a game, mate. He's got a touch on a brick wall.
Listen, I think he started off very poorly for us, and obviously he gets the 2 goals at their place, and he's had some decent performances without being outstanding since that, mate. He needs to score more goals. As a number 9, you're judged on.
Course, mate, a striker, he should be bagging them in, and he's not, honestly. Mate,
You also have
that guy gives me heart palpitations, honest to God, mate.
You have to also get chances, mate.
I know, it's a service, mate, but
Aye.
listen, mate, put that Mikey Moore in the 6, and honestly, I feel like the game will change the attacking phases, mate, honestly. I know he's good in that left, but I feel like he could dictate both sides of the play, mate. It would be box to box for us, you know what I mean? And he'd probably score more goals than that Chubbity would anyway, mate.
Well, he's ahead. I think he might be ahead of him at the moment, but listen, I don't think he would, and I'll tell you why. I don't think he's somebody that's a ball winner. Mikey Murray, I'm not saying he's weak in the tackle, but I don't think that's his game. I think you want him involved as often as you can in the final third, and I think you would lose out a lot if you're playing deeper. I don't see it. At the moment, I don't, mate, but you might be right and I might be wrong, mate.
Right. Well,
Can I
I
just say
hope
to you,
I'm
pal,
right and we win the league for it.
Can I just say to you, pal, Oxtair's not been wrong. He's nearly always right. I said, he's taught us that.
I've been right a few times, GB. Yeah?
Just only a couple, mate. Only a couple. The position thing is a good talking point, Ox, and I think after last night you might see the manager see certain things about certain players. I think like even Olsen, that's the position he was in for that goal that he scored. For me, if he's able to finish in the box like that, I want him in the box. I don't want him away out in the wing. I want him in the centre of the box, banging him in like that. So
you can do both, man. You can do me. You've then when the
I know,
ball's
but
out the left,
we waste them.
No, when the ball's out in the left, you have to get involved in the box for the right, mate. It's the game's no changed, mate.
No, I know, but I just think a lot of the games that he has played, mate, he's been too no involved, if you mean, no in the box.
Oh, let's be really honest. The 2 games he played up to last night, he was poor.
No. Even they're talking about strikers as well, Walks. Like a lot of their strikers at the time, even Miovski at times last night as well, was like deep in midfield. It was like next to Raskin some of the times. We're talking about goals. How they meant to score goals if they're not even anywhere near the box?
I mean, Miovski, I'm still no. I don't know if he's a Rangers number 9. I don't know what you think, Joe. Jude, I don't know if you think Miovski Rangers number 9. At the moment, I don't see it. Jude?
Mate, honestly, I'm not even sure who I'd stick up top, mate. Miovski's not been doing it for me. They new boys impressed me last night. Scott Wilson, good Rangers boy, but he I don't know, man. If I'm honest with you boys, Chamiti's not doing it for me at all, but honest to God, mate.
You can't blame Chamiti for last night. He wasn't even on the pitch.
No, I know, but I'm saying as our backup options, mate.
We'll see, mate. I mean, he has to score more goals. I accept that. You know.
Aye.
You know, by the way, sometimes if you score goals, the performance doesn't matter, Bridgeman. Eh?
Yes, of course. If people take it for granted.
I know, but in the long term, it does for me, mate. To be honest, because we're wasting wages on these boys,
but how
and they're not doing it for us.
You can't. The thing is, mate, you're stuck with what you've got.
I know, but we got offered the big money for these boys. Honestly, I don't know what the manager sees in them, mate. If I'm honest with you, we could have got a sale for these players, mate, and try to bring in somebody big, mate, somebody that you know has got goals in them. Aye, mate, that's my opinion on it.
Watch this space, mate. Watch this space, and hopefully Chimney can get a few goals. He's got an injury at the moment. I thought he was poor. He started poor. It wasn't great, but nobody was under the previous manager. He still didn't look great. And then I would say that this calendar year, GB, he's done okay. And obviously getting the 2 goals at that place always helps you, the feelings and the support towards him. But he's not been outstanding. He's been okay. He needs more goals, GB.
Aye, again, he's picked up an injury through Hibs chopping him to bits. I mean, so he is hard working. Like back to the point where I was saying about our strikers, like when we're playing them that deep, then we can't really overly criticise because they're nowhere near the box. But that's the tactic the manager wants. He wants them to come deep and then charge forward. I just think we're not going to have high-scoring strikers, Ox. You know what I mean? I think we're going to be a team that's got to be all chipping in with goals. If you know what I mean, you're going to maybe have a wing back, a Moore, an Ant-Man, Scott Olsen. I think you're going to have different guys scoring goals all the time. I don't think your manager is going to focus on one guy to score his goals all the time. Even with the new striker that came on last night as well. He wasn't overly involved in the box. He was more out in the right-hand side. So I think he's just looking for everybody to contribute. And we'll just, as long as they're pulling their weight, for me, to be honest, Ox, and they're creating something, then I'll be happy with that, mate.
You must watch a different game for me. I thought Big Nerdy was between the sticks most of the time he was on the pitch, mate. And that's where he got his chance. Yeah, he worked left and right. I thought
were you watching the game, big man, or did you read about it in the paper? Honestly, mate, come on.
Honestly.
Aye, a bit of reading as well. Aye, but no, I seen him on. He was more on the right hand side.
I thought Big Nerdy, played the number 9 and was in the middle of the park, mate. That's where he got his chance.
I didn't see him prime Alan McCoy in the box. That's what I didn't see him sniffing about there. He was, like you say, Ox, he was here, there and everywhere. And if we're expecting goals off his strikers, then how are we expecting that when they're not in one position?
I thought he was in the centre forward position a lot, but went to other players, mate, as we started making more and more opportunities, you know. I thought he did a rare debut, the big game. And he's young as well. You know?
No, it's not criticism. That's what I'm saying. I want him helped. I want to give him the ball to give him goals, you mean?
I think you can give him the ball, mate. Right, we've reached that time of the evening and we're going to have a tune.
Jackie up this point.
Well, I took a trip to Eyebrows, my favorite team for to cheer, where they were playing the Glasgow Celtic on the first day of the year. Now the ground was filled to capacity as the teams come out to play. The animals sang the soldiers' song, and the people sang Dolly Gray. Now half-time it came and went on. The Glasgow Celtic were in the lead. Finian Tully was rounding everywhere, shaking his rosary beads, while the green flags, they were flying high. Celtic hearts were full of pride. The second half, sure it started, and the Rangers, they turned the tide. Won't you play up the Glasgow Rangers. Oh, play up the boys in blue. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to cheer for you. Now the ball goes out to Walker, and from 30 yards he did score. Sure you couldn't hear your ears at Ibrox Park, for that says my father wore. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. Sammy Cox is on the ball. He slips it through to Willie Woodbarn. Then on foot to Ian McCall. McCall to Billy Simpson. Oh, here come the boys in blue. Well, Simpson beats the Celtic centre half, and in goes number 2. Now the Rangers fans are roaring. Jardine Young, he takes a free onto the head of William Simpson, and then goes number 3. Well, it's 3-1 for the Rangers. That was the final score. A happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Fenians once more.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Oh, one of my favourites. Thanks for sticking with us, Jude. Do you got another point you want to make, mate?
Mate, I'm absolutely at my breath, man, for doing the Highland Jig to that tune there. What a song, boys. Right, final point for us, mate. I'm going to ask a question to you first, and then I'll give my point, if that's all right. Danny Rowe, is he going to do it for us this year?
Well, we've got a right good chance that I never thought was possible in October. We are the form team, mate. And if we win our next 2 league games, the chances are we're top of the league. And I didn't think that was possible. If we continue our form like it's been since Danny came in, we win the league. So hopefully, yes, mate.
I'll give my honest opinion to you, right? I'll break down yesterday's game quickly. If they've not got that red card, mate, I don't know if I'm beating them. I think we get kicked up and down the park that first half there, boys. Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Listen, if they might have kept 11 in the park, we might have been 3-1 up at half time. It's a hypothetical question you'll never be able to answer.
I know, mate. I know, but
look,
just thinking the chance that
we didn't play well in the first half. We didn't play well in the first half. But who's to say if it was 11-11, we might have played better? It's hypothetical, mate. It's difficult. You know, but when you picked up the paper, it said 5-1, mate.
I agree with you, but we've got a tough couple of weeks coming up, and if Hearts and Celtic, if they don't get a man sent off and we're playing like that, mate, honestly, I don't know if I can see it, mate. I think we cut our losses with this gaffer, mate. Honestly, I don't think the performance was good enough yesterday. It wasn't good enough against Hibs and Hearts. They beat us, and then that game against Nancy, mate. But you know what Nancy's like, but he played us off the park that first half, mate. That's me keeping that above for you.
You're going to have moments. We shouldn't have lost at Tynecastle. We won the great at Easter Road. I get that, mate. We shouldn't have lost against Hearts twice. We should have beat Dundee United. We didn't. Yeah, you know, it's all buts and maybes. You've got to deal with the facts. The facts are we were 13 points behind when Danny Rowe came in. We're 3 now. We win my next 2 games, we're top of the league. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. Get behind it.
I'm trying to enjoy it, mate, but honestly,
Enjoy it.
I've went through about 10 breaks in the past
Get
couple
your
of months,
pint-
mate.
Get your
Because I've
pint
packed my
time
shanks
zone.
that many times at the telly, mate.
Get the pint time zone and enjoy it, mate. Listen, good to hear from you, Jude. All the best up the drum, yeah?
All the best, mate. We are the people. No surrender, mate.
Cheers,
Catch
mate.
you later.
Cheers, mate. Speak to you again soon. Anyway, we've been joined with our big mate Southside. Evening, big man.
Good evening, Trips. How's everybody? Seems like there's a lot of positivity tonight.
I'm trying my best. I just want you. I've got to get your thoughts, mate. I've got to get your thoughts.
On what? On Giga turning out with Raymond or booing the team at half time or what? Winning 5-1.
You're a bit of a fashion man, so I'll go with it.
I wouldn't have let him out of tunnel with Raymond. I'm telling you right now, he wouldn't even have got out the tunnel with Raymond. He'd have been told, get your shorts on and get out there, or you'll not be on the park. Simple as that, man. What's that all about? I'm not having that nonsense, by the way. I'm not having
Is
it.
it know your colour, mate? Is that what you're
But certainly wasn't my colour. I prefer black. But no, he's not getting away with that, mate. He can't have Rangers players running about dressed like that, right? He just made I'm not even saying it, man. I was close to saying something there. Ox, it's not the way, right? It's no, and even when they go out and wear gloves and all that, I still don't have that, right? I'm not interested in this nonsense. You go out with a strap on, that is it. Shorts, top, and socks on. That's it, mate. That's the code address. Nothing else. So I don't know who allowed it, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't have allowed it. Not a chance he'd have went on that park like that last night. No chance. I know GB likes it. I know GB will like it, but it's not for me, mate. It's definitely not for me.
GB likes it for different reasons. Right, the other talking point, mate.
Well, I said to the Rocket, sitting about 10 seats along for me last night, what you booing for? Half what? No, we're winning 1-0 at half time, and he's standing up booing, right? What are you picking me for? I said, because I can hear you booing, Dafty, that's how. No, but it's the mentality of the Rangers support. We're winning 1-0. We're going. It doesn't matter whether the game finished 1-0. I couldn't have gave a monkeys last night. It was an extra 3 points in the bag, and it's a victory, right? So I don't get it, and I don't care about anybody listening. Oh, here we go, happy clapper. He'll take any shite. No, he'll sit there and watch it. No, we're going for a league title, and sometimes football's no pretty. But we're winning 1-0 at half time, and there's Dafties booing the Rangers team. You're entitled to do it if you want. Well, you're entitled to cheer them after the park, you know. Why not do that? You know, and same as soon as the third goal went in, they're all bolting out the stadium and all wanting to go home and all that. Fair enough, that's what you want to do, on you go. But I just don't get it. We're 1-0 up at half time. We struggled a bit. We created a couple of chances. It wasn't great. Kilmarnock sat in, created 1 or 2 chances, which we looked pretty poor at defensively. But on the whole, they sat in and made it hard. But you knew later on in the game when we started to bring on subs, we knew who was available on the bench, that the game would have changed probably. So for me, I don't know if it's a new age Rangers supporter these days or what, and they just think it's acceptable to boo. I've not got a clue, mate. I really don't have a clue. I really don't have a clue. But see, at the end of the day, I've never booed a Rangers team in my life. I might not be happy with it, but I don't boo it. I've not booed a Rangers player in my life wearing a Rangers jersey. So that's my take on it. We need to get behind the team. We need to support it. Again, UB sang their hearts out last night behind that Copeland Road, and Copeland Road aren't they still joining in? You know, it's one of the ones, but listen, and I know it's hard, it's a midweek game and everything else, but you need to get behind the team, you need to support them. I've always said the real Rangers supporters follow the team away from him and not home. Anybody can go to Ibrox hospitality, they'll just go for a day out. But nah, this booing nonsense, mate, has to stop. Really has to stop.
Because I know where you're sitting, mate. Romance? Thoughts?
Played really well. He was really good. I thought he showed a lot of pace. His delivery was decent as well when he was putting the ball in. So I was happy with him. Obviously wasn't tested defensively, but listen, we were on the attack last night. We had to go and create and try and score goals and get the goal deficit up. and we did that. So no matter what, how was the first half or what, the game last 90 minutes plus injury time. And I thought he done really well when he came on. I think Ant-Man done all right on the left-hand side for a change as well, Ox.
Got his first goal, mate. He got his first goal when he was involved, mate. I mean, obviously it's hard. I'm not getting carried away because of the time in the game and Kilmarnock were tired, you know. And but listen, the second half we done all right, you know. We done all right, but the first half wasn't great. I accept that. GB, you want to come in, mate?
Like it says, I can't disagree with anything you're saying, mate. Like it says, you're right. You go home and away. You're there, whether it's a horrible result or a fantastic result. And hat off to you, mate. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with the generation thing, mate. I think there's probably that mix in there now that we've seen the right good times and we've had to battle through the bad times, and I think now that you're just probably got a kind of lull way. Boys that have probably enjoyed the Gerrard moment during COVID and expected that it was just going to happen season after season again, kind of thing. And I think that is because we've had to keep doing rebuilds and all the rest of it. I think that's where it's all stemmed from, mate. I think folk are seeing the same movie and they're worried probably that I think, like say, the result at half time we win 1-0 up, folk are looking at it, we've got a better team and we should be running out of the tap of Kilmarnock and stuff like that. And as Ox says, that it's not going to happen like that. I mean, they're a professional outfit. But I think folk are just living in this expectation of what we had with, like it says, Gascoigne and Laudrup running at teams where we're ripping people apart, Michael Moles, all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, we're just not there yet, mate. We're just not. The squad's improving.
That was there 30 years ago, mate. If you're under 40, you can't remember Gascoigne and Laudrup, really.
No, I know. But that expectation is still going to be in about that, mate. And anyway, it's getting there, that.
Anyway, it's like it was getting the band back together tonight. Evening, Stephen.
How are we, folks? All right. It's my mate Southside.
All right, big man. Hi, big man. How you doing?
Listen, mate, I had the same crack up the top of the Copeland Road last night. I actually said to one Rangers fan, do you know the difference between you and a battery? A battery's got a positive side, and everybody round about was killing herself laughing. I just ripped the guy up for house paper. I don't get it, mate. I don't get it. I see a bit of it, right? We didn't play well against Easter Road, which I'll come to, and we took it into that first half of that game. A game's for 90 minutes. See all these guys that booed, how stupid did they look at the end of the 90 minutes when you're 5-1 up? It's not going to solve it. It's not going to help the team. Do I think booing's going to help them play better in the second half? Come on, man. Listen, you've just got to bite your bottom lip sometimes. Sometimes we're looking through our fingers, aren't we? So the bottom line is, just keep them. I mean, come on, says Danny, look where we are. I don't know the full total, but I think we were 14 or 16 behind Hearts. Now we're 3 behind them. 13 was it 13? With a game in Horn or something, wasn't it? Was it Celtic? Was it? Aye. Right. So look what we've came for. Man, come on, Keita. I was a wee bit worried when I seen the lineup at first. I thought, is that the team I'd have put out? Probably no, but look, I can see a wee bit of it, but come on, booing the way they did, I thought it was a wee bit hang with myself. As I said, we had discussions all around about us. Well, nothing really heated or anything, but I ripped one or two a new bum, very much like Southside said not that long ago. You see the real Rangers support getting away from home. And I don't mean that any disrespectful to guys that just got a season ticket or whatever, but you do, it's just a different breed. And it's just a different breed that go to these away games. I mean, there I went to Easter Road in a wheelchair the other day, the other week. You know what I mean? To see my team, we get 2 wheelchair tickets and we had to take full advantage to go and see our team. There's a guy dressed as a plumber the week before at Aberdeen. This is the stunts people are pulling to go and see their team. And we don't like people booing them when they're trying their best, man. It's nuts. It's really, really crazy. Anyway, I'm very much like Southside, a wee bit traditional. That big boy coming out with the long johns on, man. Jesus. We need to get a grip of that. What happened to the tradition? Socks must be the same level at the knee. You wear it, you know what I mean? Bill's truth. I mean, we've got to keep some tradition, surely. What, I mean, letting guys go like that on? What the hell was that he doing? Anyway, surely that's something. I'm sure we'll. I mean, well, be honest. If he goes out and scores that against Celtic, I wouldn't care what he was wearing. But come on, we've just got to keep some of the things. Get out there with your Rangers strip on, wear it with pride, man. Get somebody should have a word the big boys here. There must be another way around about that. Spray Algex, do what you've got to do. No, do something, but don't come out like that. But anyway, listen. Good to be back in the show. Good to hear everybody's point of view. I'm not telling anybody at Ibrox they can't that they say their bit. At the end of the day, they pay their season ticket to say. But what I'm asking is give them a chance. The game's for 90 minutes. See if they've no won at the end of the game. By all means, get into the front door, boo them half apart, do what you want to do, have your say. But come on, we're 1-0 up. Sometimes, you know, as the Rangers teams in the past have done, they shore up. We get a man sent off, we play harder, play better. Sometimes a 10-man team's harder to break down because they've got the bit between their teeth. So we know that. And for the boys to boo them, I thought. Anyway, I thought Danny Rowe was all right what he said. I think he was just a wee bit disappointed by it because they are trying their best, aren't they? And by the way, results are telling us that. Wasn't great against Hibs? Anyway, that's just my opinion on it, Ox, okay?
Aye, mate. Listen, mate, in the big scheme of things, you know, listen, we're now a point closer than we were before the Hibs game. Yeah, so there's going to be, it was Albert said there'll be twists and turns. You don't want to look too far ahead, Stevie. We go to Ford Park next Wednesday, get the victory and beat them at Ibrox Hearts. We're top of the league, mate.
There's going to be more twists and turns. There's going to be more twists and turns. We're going to drop more points. And the most Rangers thing today is going to beat Motherwell and draw the next game, isn't it? That's the Rangers thing today, they know the way we are. But look, we're going to be twisting turns. There's plenty more football behind. We need the three elements. We need the board. We need the manager, the team and the fans. We need all the elements together. We need to galvanise and get together. I mean, all the social medias have been on. All they're talking about is the Tab should have been sent off. Now, this is all your media outlets. Tab should have been sent off and the booing at Ibrox. Just all the narratives to try and divide, to conquer, to trying to get us all to argue, and we need to sniff the coffee here, this run-in. That's all they're trying to do. I mean, did they not analyse when Big Butland get kicked in the Heat in the Cup final, when they know up in arms about that sending off for the sake of football? No. Things go for you and things get against you, and honestly...
I don't think, I think I'm quite honest, I don't think it was a setting button. Right? I think it was a better coming together, but look, people, maybe if I've seen it back again, I might have a different point of view, but I also thought we should have done that penalty kick. I thought we should have done that penalty kick the first half.
Aye. All I'm trying to say is, Ox, whether it is a penalty or no, look at all the positives, and these guys are picking out Tab sending off and the booing. I mean, all the new players come on to contribute. That boy Romans looks a player. And Big London, he looks brilliant, Big London. He looks... After the ball, I was like, oh, look at Big London go, man. Big London idea. Right. Brilliant.
See what you've done there, Biggie.
London idea, aye, brilliant. Big man's top drawer. Aye.
Anyway, I think we've been joined by Bob G. Evening, Bob G.
Yeah, but dude, good evening, everyone. How you all doing?
Good, mate. What's on your mind?
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm just listening to all the analysis of this tonight. It's very interesting, right? But I'm going to make a statement like some people are never pleased. I sat there last night and I watched my team won 5-1 with 5 different scorers. the substitutes that came on, and look as though they're only going to get better to me. I thought they were only going to get better. I thought they were outstanding. This Scott Olsen looks to me as though he will get better and he'll be some player for us. And to me, I keep using this statement, upward trajectory. We're in a position that no one, I would go as far as to say no one that supports Rangers would have ever thought we'd have been in this position at the start of the season. And look where we are. We're almost on the top of the league. And I believe that we can really get to the top of the league the way we're playing. Mikey Muir, you were outstanding. You were as good as anything I've seen all last weekend and all week, sir. Brilliant. So for them to sit and boo the Rangers, I just didn't understand that at all. Yeah, the first half performance wasn't great. Of course it wasn't, because Kilmarnock never had a choice other than to sit and put their whole team behind the ball and make it difficult for you. But we eventually got there in the end. Fair enough, against a poor Kilmarnock side, but we still did the job. We hammered them 5-1 with 5 different scorers. So what's not to like? They need to get a grip of themselves, some of these people. So that's my take on it, Hawks. There you go. Rant over.
Well said,
I'm a bit upset, Bob, yeah.
Well, it's too much.
I
How
know
many
it's
supporters were sitting there?
Do you know why he's upset? Do you know why he's upset, Bridgeman?
Go on.
He went into his wardrobe today and his white long johns have disappeared.
No, they weren't. No, they were not. No. That was all Mother Riley's knickers. That's what I said.
Very good, Bob.
And you
Yeah,
come Southside.
Oh, no.
I just imagine if the late Jimmy Bell had still been there and that Jigger turned up and she'd him wearing the Emedy. I can imagine me, Jimmy Bell, man. No. Aye, listen, Stevie's right. Bob Jair's right and all, you know. We're back in this title race. We're 3 points behind Hearts. We'd played 9 games with 8 points before Danny Rowe came in. I don't care if the football's no pretty. I don't care. It will be. It's not been poor in every single game. And last night we kept going and we got late goals. And the other people that left early missed it. Couldn't really care. No, there was plenty streaming out. But that's everybody's choice. And that's been at Ibrox for a long, long time. People don't want to hang me. It was good to see Danny Rowe go right round the stadium at the end of the game, thanking the support that was still in the ground. And like I say, we're in a title race and it's time we get behind the team. We're going to Motherwell next Wednesday night after this cup game. And I can guarantee you we'll be loud and proud behind that goal against Motherwell and roll the team to victory. And then we come back and we've got Hearts and then that mob across the city. So they're the next 3 games and I'm sure at Motherwell it'll be loud anyway, and hopefully the next 2 home games the stadium or runners will get up for it and make plenty of noise and roll the team to victory, because this is what it's all about, supporting the team and getting behind them. And it doesn't matter, win, lose or draw, it's a Glasgow Rangers story, you know. So it's time some people... Aye.
Southside, I need one for Motherwell. My wheelchair's got a flat tyre, so I'll need to get another one. I've ran out of ideas how to get in.
I've got you an electrician outfit, know what I mean? So we'll see if we get you in there. I've got a wee bag of that for you, some tools. But no, this is it the time to get the team, man. It's time to support. Sometimes it just frustrates me. It just frustrates me. And that dafty, I know that I was having a go at half time. He bolted 78 minutes. I said to him, is that you off, mate? You get a bus to get. Is that a fire drill? It's like a fire drill inside Ibrox. No, by 78 minutes now, they're all getting off their seats in time to bolt. So he bolted in 78 minutes, dafty. But listen, as you say, everybody's entitled to do what they want. But why not just cheer the team off the park? No. End of the day, we're winning 1-0 at half time. Aye, it wasn't great and we missed a few chances. We weren't great, a lot of misplaced passing. So what? We're still winning. We're 3 points behind Hearts now, and it's time to get the pedal to the metal and get top of this league, and then let's go. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of singing and dancing and partying if we get the victory and we win this league. The ones that are booing every other week, no happy. But time to change the mentality. Hopefully the mentality will change over the next 3 games. And we keep the winning run going. That's all we're looking for. We've got the 3 teams that we can do the most damage to.
What I'm struggling with Southside is what they think they're trying to achieve.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if they're just, it's a day out for them at Ibrox. Maybe they'd a wee hospitality ticket and they got a day out or what. I don't know. Or it's just a thing that they just think, I'll boo. I'll just boo because I can. I mean, the guy that sits quite a length for me, you don't usually hear much from him, but he done it. It was a couple. There's only a couple round about me. You know where we sit, Ox, right? There was only a couple. No, it's just, I don't know what the mentality is. Everybody else round about me never. But there was 1 or 2 I could hear, and I just had a go at him just for being a dafty. I thought, I just don't get that mentality, mate. I don't know what it is. I don't know what.
You could argue at the start of the season, you could see that everybody, maybe you had a point of view, and you could argue that you were saying this manager's not a good fit and we have to try and get him out. I could understand that. I can't understand what they were trying to achieve last night. I don't get it.
I get the booing when we were there in Bruges and we were getting battered 6-0, right? And everybody was unhappy. I was unhappy myself. Do you know what I mean? I get that. But no, when you're going off the park at half time at Ibrox 1-0 up. I just don't get it. But like I say, it's different people that go to Ibrox that go to away games. That is. And I don't care what anybody says. It's a fact. But end of the day, we need to get behind the team, mate, and we need to roll the team to victory. That's what I'm asking for, just to support, roll the team to victory. They need as much support as they can get, and we might as well give them it. We've paid our money, we're going to the game. They're supposed to love and support the Glasgow Rangers. Everybody's in it together. They put Danny Rowe came out and asked for the support to get behind the team and all that, and help them get across the line and help them on the park. And there you go, at half time you get some boos, dissented people might boo. Just I don't know if it's but for whatever reason, mate.
Let's move on. Bob Jar, what did you think of the 2 guys that made their debuts last night? Yeah.
Oh, I think the young German boy is going to be a really good player for us. He looked big, he looked mature, his touch was good. He nearly scored, by the way. And I think these nearlies will turn into. I think this will turn into positive. I think he'll be a really good signing for Rangers. And I thought Scott Wilson looks a bit better. The Kilmarnock boys, their legs were gone, but nah, he took his goal really well. He's going to. It's all for the good. And as you say, I mean, getting back to the booing thing again, you never do that. No matter what the circumstances are, you never boo the Rangers. But I did, yeah. When the subs came on, I thought they looked really good. Aye.
Romance,
what did the team.
Romance, what did you think of the left back? What did you think of the left back?
Oh, he looked a really solid player, didn't he? Really good player. Really solid player. He reminisced Arthur Newman a wee bit.
Funny enough, I thought David Robertson, mate, the way he was running forward. I'd really
another class act at left back, yeah. He did. The boy in Gomez done well, but this boy looks a real class act at left back, I think so. Strong, powerful runner, good passer of the ball. Yeah. So sort of the goods. I just didn't get this despondency with a lot of people, but that's football supporters. Especially the Rangers. You'll hear a lot of people cheering, but you'll hear one person. You'll hear them cheering and think nothing, but you'll hear one person booing and it sticks out. That's the way it works. Sorry, Ox, on you go.
No, sorry, mate. Stevie, you're taking your new players.
Am I taking the new players? Listen, you can see them all. The boys goals, and he's going to get a lot better. He's just shy of match time. He's going to pick up and get better. Big London, he's going to be a handful. The big man's going to be a handful. Big London, I dare it. He's going to be a handful. He's going to be a total handful. And the boy Romans that come on, I totally agree with Bob Jelly. We've got Arthur Newman and him there. Solid running up and down, making an impact, looks fit. So, listen, that is what it is. The boys, listen, they're just coming in, and then you've got the big boy that plays the middle of the park. What's his name again? The big boy in the middle of the park. They got a colour chap.
Chuckalani.
Chuckalani, aye. Well, listen, he looks all right. He's very comfortable on the ball and all. So listen, the ones that were brought in, they'll make an impact. Just give them a wee bit of time to get used to the team, used to the game, and the physicality and they'll be good. But I'm happy days with Big London coming on there right away and doing what he done. He was unlucky not to score and all. I'm quite happy. So I just want everybody to be on the same page, singing off the same hymn sheet. It's a run in here. A lot of Rangers fans thought we would never be in this situation, let's be honest. And we are. And we've got a good chance of winning the next 3 league games. And it'll tell you a big story about why this is gone. I'll tell you that right now. Because I think Hearts will collapse. I think Hearts are gone. And if it's between us and them, if we beat them at Ibrox, I think their heads will get down and off. But we've got to win games. We've got to beat Motherwell. Motherwell is a hard game here. They are playing brilliant. We've got to give them a bit of credit, by the way. They're playing good football and they're coming out and they're doing their business. And I was very surprised we never went for that boy they've got. It's the top scorer now. I'm really surprised we didn't put a wee cheeky bid in for him. You know. So anyway. But as far as the new boy is concerned, to be strengthened, I think we've strengthened the team, definitely. And I think they'll get better as time goes on.
GB. Oh, GB. Bridgeman.
Can I just say that I think Big Stevie's right. I've been saying, I think yourself agreed. We're marching on. It's getting to shall we say, one of these. We have to do it, and we have to win. No matter what we say, the next 3 or 4 games we've got to win them. And if we do win them, we put ourselves in a fantastic position. As long as we don't lose them and we win the majority of them, then we're still in a fantastic position. But not as good as winning other games, of course. And that's what we need to do. As far as the team's concerned, I've said it a million times, we need to, the coaches need to get the players up for the game before the start of the game, not before half time. Before the start of the game, we've got to come out and play 100 mile an hour. If we can play 100 mile an hour, go for it and play 100 mile an hour football. We've got to get our pace, our rhythm onto the game and get in there and do the job against the opposition, because they're doing it to us. Every team that's came to Ibrox have come out, they're on the kick-off, before you know it, they're in next to our box, and we haven't even been in their half properly. So we need to get that sorted, start a bit of pace in our game from the very start.
Are you back with us, GB?
Aye, sorry, Ox, couldn't get my mute button up. I know that's excited about the players. It'll be interesting to see how the manager sets up these tactics going forward, Ox.
Well, he went to a 4-4-2 last night, and Southside you'd have got a good view of that. And I don't think we've played that system that often for a long time, eh?
Nah, probably no. It looked all right, but listen, I think we'll maybe do that. I think we'll maybe play 2 up front. I don't think we'll always be playing the 1. He talked about it the other night. He said we could play 2 up front and 2 false 9s in behind. So he's obviously got ideas in his head about what he's planning to do going forward. And I think probably we're bringing in the big one. I thought he looked lively, good movement. He looked quite pacey last night. And if you're going to pay that amount of money and bring him in, you're not going to leave him on the bench every week. So he's going to start, and I think he might start with one other. So I think maybe Danny Rowe's got it, and he's in the back of his head, that we might be playing with 2 strikers, maybe from time to time in certain games.
Aye, it would have been perfect to go to goal. And you come, Stevie?
I was just going to say, what I did notice for the Hibs game was we're definitely getting bodies in the box. You know, that against Hibs, man, I mean, people were looking up and they'd in the box. Well, there is everybody. And there was times against Kilmarnock, maybe an odd time. Maybe in the first half, you're saying, look, you need to get into that box, make that diagonal run, know your hopings. But second half, total different. I just thought we had hundreds of chances, and the plenty every time a ball was coming out, there was 2 or 3 guys in the box waiting on it, and it was a big difference. I noticed that much. But I'd like to see him changing it every now and again, a 4-4-2, gear it. Big Chermiti and big London, I wouldn't fancy being in the back line if they two are ruffling your feathers the whole game. So I think it'll probably work.
We're more like a basketball team now, Bob Jerry.
Aye, oh yeah. Aye, it's totally good. Like I say, I didn't understand the pessimism. We've had loads of pessimism. There's been half a season of pessimism. Look at us now. And I do believe that we can go on and go top of the league. The next 3 games will tell, as Southside says. So we're just going to have to...
Forgot about the Livingston game. Southside forgot about the Livingston game.
When is that? It's on a Wednesday night.
No, that's between... We play Hearts one weekend, Livingston the next, then we play that mob.
Aye. Well, they plastic pitches are never easy, eh?
No,
never easy. And it's always like, it's like playing in your living room under Livingston. But they're done. They're had it. They're in a dreadful season. If we can't get by then, well, fair enough. I'm not being overconfident. I'm just stating a fact. We should be able to go out and get 3 points there. But, like you say, awkward places, these plastic pitches. And we've got to go back to Falkirk, and that's a plastic pitch as well. So a lot of twists and turns and football to be played, Jack boys. But to me, I'm a lot. Each and every one of us, I believe, I'll know each and every one of us, but each and every one of us should be for a high level of optimism now. The team's playing well, scoring goals, and we've got people fit, and we've got good players in, and we've got a good manager. What's not to like? I'm going to go away with the Dog Ox. And I'll catch you all later on the weekend, boys.
Cheers.
Bob Jeff, good night, mate.
Okay. Name your knickers jokes now.
Did he say he's away dogging?
I better put his knickers on and get him out. Right. That's one thing for certain. I'll never fall down a pair of knickers again anyway. There's times I wish I had me. Right, lads, good night.
That's straight red there, isn't it?
Oh, waste of time with Bob Kerr's jokes, mate. He's in that many red cards, he just sends them back, Stevie.
I know. Listen, Ox, did I hear somewhere that the game against Aberdeen away, the other mob, is getting rescheduled? So they've got, am I right in saying they've been going to Stuttgart, then they're coming to Ibrox, then they're going away to Aberdeen?
Yeah, they're not happy about it, Stevie. My heart bleeds, eh?
My heart's not bleeding, but is that right? I thought I heard that somewhere. So they're at Stuttgart, then they're Ibrox on the Sunday, and then they're away to Aberdeen the Wednesday. Oh, that's good. That's good. Good.
We just need to keep winning, Stevie. Keep winning. We're an improving team. Win the games, particularly the games at Ibrox. Go tomorrow, we'll go to Livingston, hopefully 12 out of 12, and we'll see where we're sitting Southside. I don't want to get too far in, but you can't help but look at.
Aye, just got to take your wins off, mate. We know what's at stake, and the players know what's in front of them. They've took them a while to get back into this race, put ourselves in this position where we are, so it's down to them now. The manager's done his bit and he's got reinforcements, and the club hierarchy have backed him. It's down to the players to do it on the park. And he's doing a wee bit of rotation, keeping them hungry, and giving them a chance when they come in to go out and prove themselves. So it's down to the players, Ox, first and foremost, to get this over the line and get it won. And then
Did you hear the boy Jude earlier on saying about Mikey Moore as a 6? Has that ever went through your head?
No.
Me neither, mate. Me neither.
No, a 6, no.
Don't see it myself, but there you go. Carry on, mate.
No, like I said, Asgard probably has to up his game. Thought he was again. Just I don't know what it is with him. He's too laid back out there. Needs to get a wee bit of aggression about him. You think he'd want to go on the ball and dictate the game. He's got bags of ability. He needs to find something else in there.
26 minutes before he passed the ball to a Rangers player last night.
Was it? He needs to. I don't know, man. He don't know how we're not finding him and try to feed him with the ball quite a lot, and feed him constantly. I know there was a wee one when he gave him the ball and the crowd were on his back, but listen, he turned, he checked, he turned around and he sprayed the ball across the park. And a lot of people were on his back for it, but I thought it was a clever thing what he done. But he's just not doing enough, Fox. He's no grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. No doing what Mikey Moore. He's a young boy. He's gone and he's running at players and he's trying to take them on. And that's what Asgard should be doing. But for some reason he isn't. So I can see him struggling to keep his place in the team now because we're adding reinforcements in here. We might want to play with 2 up front and maybe take that 10 away. Or he might put 2 other players in there and no have him. So he'll have to start earning his corner and getting them back in the team. But listen, we got a result last night and 5 goals was a good result, mate. Keeps the goal difference. Have to keep adding to that.
I agree with you. Yeah. I thought Asgard was appalling last night. I didn't think the Gasman did a good game, and I didn't think Majovsky did a good game, if I'm honest, mate. Even though Majovsky got a goal, which helps always, but Asgard, I don't know, mate. I don't think it's the Doug, mate. I think it's the heart in the Doug. Stevie?
Games are just passing them by. The game's just passing by. He's just... Look, I think the boy would be suited in another country. See Scotland. I don't think the Scottish game's going to suit that boy. I really don't. You need to get your hands dirty. You need to be direct. You need to get involved in the game. And you need to... Listen, you need the dark arts. And I just don't think that boy's got that. I really don't. The games are passing them by. There's no 2 ways about it. And as Southside just stated there, the boys get bags of ability. You can see it. It's frustration when the Bears are on his back because he knows there's a player in there. And we're trying to get it out of him, and it's just games are passing him by. He's a waste of clays. It really was last night. And then he'll gear up with that brilliance.
I think his best game for us was away at Pittodrie.
No, and that's one of the games that's usually a dirty game and all. It's just how it is, Ox. But you can't have a guy having 1 good game in 5 for a Rangers team. Sorry, mate, it just can't happen. No, you can't have one wee moment of brilliance in a game and then you don't see you for the rest of the game. You need to be in. Mikey Moore, direct, fighting, tackling, contributing, getting his hands dirty, running back, doing the dark arts. Take a leaf out of his book. And it's as simple as that.
18 years of age, GB. 18 years of age.
Aye, what I say, Southside hurt the nail on the head. You're expecting Asgard to be doing the exact same work rate as what Mikey Moore's doing. I mean, in the position he's in as well, we've seen flashes of it. The Dundee United game, the way he grabbed the ball and ran forward, took on a man, and then popped it in the top corner. But you're like, why is that no there week in, week out? None of the fans would get on his back if he was hitting shots outside the box and there were just veer near the top of the bar. You would see that you would be applauding that, you'd be encouraging that. But what happens is when you see him doing the shot he had last night against Camargue, where it seemed as if there was no effort or power behind it, it just seems he draws out like lackadaisical moments for him, and that folks see that as just being constantly lazy. Whereas when you see a boy like Mikey Moore, like Stevie says, running back, setting up chances, digging in for the team, making crucial tackles in that game last night as well when Camargue were breaking. That's what you applaud. That's what you, even if you have a bad game, the team lost a game, sorry, and you've seen players put in that kind of performance, you can forgive that. But when you've got a boy like Asgard doing what he was doing last night, he doesn't help himself. And he's probably like, I think we're all saying there, that he's probably needing dropped and then realising that he's going to have to fight for his position. Because I think, like it says, there's plenty of players now available to slot in where he is. Even that Brajami's back, you know what I mean? So, like it says, there's got to be a lot of competition for places.
Aye. Listen, I mean, it wasn't just to the Asgard that we were poor in the first half, if I'm being honest, Bridge, you know, but I think he's one of these players. His style is casual, and when your style's casual and then you come off, you leave yourself open to criticism, mate.
Yeah, I don't think he's got enough awareness about him when he's on the ball. He can do all the smooth and sort of nice run, but I don't think he's got any idea sometimes that there's players around about him or coming up behind him or coming for the side. He just didn't seem to. He doesn't even think that, you know. He gets the ball and he moves, and he's got a lovely move, and he can pass the ball. The difficulty is when somebody's on his shoulder, he starts to panic a wee bit, and before you know it, he loses the ball. And it's dead easy for him to do that, and it makes it look really, really bad, because when you first see him on the ball, he's got loads of pace, and he's got a wee bit of pace about him as well, but he's not got that extra yard that you need to get away. Like most midfielders need that wee extra yard just to get away from the guy, and he's not got it. He doesn't have that for sure. But and runs nice with the ball and can pass the ball, and then we know he's got a shot. We know he's got that, and he should have been, when he made that fantastic goal, when he scored that, he should have been making free kicks his speciality at Ibrox, and he's only done it once. And now we saw it about a week there, maybe 3 games ago, they didn't know who was going to take the free kick. Eventually it was a Duddy, you know. So I don't know what they're going to do with him. He's nowhere near up to scratch as far as presence around about him. He needs to get that right.
Ox.
Yes, mate.
I've got chop pork pieces I need to make for work, right? So I just want to say this before I get a gaff. In 17 league games, Danny Rowe has won 42 points from 51, 13 wins, 3 draws and 1 loss. We've made up 10 points in Hearts and we're past Celtic with 9 points back. Listen, just the football might not be pretty in this run, and I'm pleading with all the bells, just get behind the boys, will you? Danny Rowe's done brilliant as he came in, the board's backed him, the crowds are getting up, everything's a positive, don't start being negative. It's not going to be pretty. Every game's going to be a cup final. Every single game's going to be a cup final. So try and keep the booing at the end of the game. If we don't play well, by all means at the end of the game, but not during the game. Get behind the team for the full 90 minutes. Boys, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for letting me on. Brilliant platform, 3 platform, and just keep it going. And let's hopefully we're all happy after the Motherwell game, because that's as Bridgeman would say, it's the biggest game of the season. And all the best, boys, okay? And by the way, Chuck, that's at stake here, okay, for all these Southsiders, no?
That's Southsider, there you go. Good to see you on Saturday, Biggin.
Yes, we had a good wee time, yes, a few Beaujolais and that, and a wee catch-up, it was very good. And of course, we had a wee bit of cultural music, and it was very good. But I'm going to leave you with that, okay, troops, and I'll see you later on.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, Big Stevie. Cheers.
Cheers, Stevie.
Oh, so I'm going to bolt on off because I've got things to do for tomorrow. Get a night out tomorrow, so I'll need to go and get the old tin flute out, make sure it's looking good for tomorrow.
I hope it goes well.
Aye, should be a good night. But thanks for letting us on as always. And as a Biggin said, time to get behind the Rangers. This is the team that we love, the team we support week in, week out, and the team we talk about 24/7 on this show. So it's time to get behind them. Hopefully the team will do us proud. Should do the business on Sunday, Queen's Park, and then we go to Motherwell. And it's Motherwell, them, Hearts and Livy as I missed out. They're the next 4 games, the league games that we need to make sure we win. And if we win all of them, we'll be top of that league. And as the Biggin said, the stats don't lie. Time to get behind Danny Rowe. He's done a great job with this squad of players that had to. He's now got reinforcements to help us out. So let's get behind the team 90 minutes. week in, week out, and cheer them to victory, mate. So thanks for having us on as always. And I'll say to capability on YouTube, no, I never booed Asgard either, mate. I've never booed a Rangers player in my life, but I know you were joking. So on that note, mate, I'm off ski and enjoy your weekend, folks.
One thing to do tomorrow. One thing to do.
Aye, I'll get it done before I go out tomorrow night. I'll send you. All right.
All right, Brad. Right.
Right. Thanks for having us on as always.
Give my best regards to everybody. Yeah.
I will do. As always, there's only one team and one crown. Good night.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Yeah. For a wee bit before we finish, it's been interesting tonight, GP. Interesting.
It always is when I'm on, mate. No, it's good. It's good points, mate. And I think what it says, we've probably covered all the bases there. We had Jude on as well, saying that he wasn't too sure of the manager. And we've discussed, like I says, where we think the fan base is coming through with certain things. And then you've had the South Side and Stevie coming on, the boys that go home and away, giving their point of view. And that's all it's all about, mate, is probably driving a bit of an understanding. Even yourself and Bridgeman tonight as well have kind of backed up your time as being Rangers fans, what you have seen and how it's all flowed, mate. And like I says, I think there's been probably a lot of learnings after the last night's game, mate. I think probably, like I says, a lot of folk will wake up and see that we're not going to see the same movie again. We're probably going to see something different. And Danny Rose so far proven that, mate.
I like the cut of Danny Rowe's jib. I don't think he gets too high or too low, mate. But I think he was low last night, a wee bit after a 5-1 victory, because he wants the crowd, he wants everybody in it together. And I get where he's coming from. I like him. I think he's done a tremendous job under difficult circumstances, Bridgeman. The team was on its knees when he came in his door. Shape, morale, ability. And he's firstly made us hard to beat, and now we've started scoring goals pretty regular. And, you think about it, we're 3 against that mob at their place. Yeah, okay, we didn't play well in the first half, but we still scored 3 away to Pataudry 2. And then that's a couple of league games and a cup tie at Ibrox. So we've scored 13 goals. So we've started to score goals when we were struggling in every game at the start of the season. So he's done a great job. He's just got to try and get us over the line, and then he'll be thanked forever. Bridge? GB?
He will be Ox, and I do genuinely hope that he gets it, because considering, like you say, where he's came from with the team, he's had to take on players that he's not picked. I mean, let's face it, the January transfer window's his first crack at getting players in that he's had a good eye on and stuff like that. And to be honest, mate, I think even the new left back has not really been his pick, because they were talking about that they'd been keeping an eye on him even when it was Kevin Farrell was kicking about. So I would imagine Danny's had obviously a look at him.
That's what happens, GB. The people in the recruitment, they'll pro players and then they'll say, right, there's a left back, he's in my budget, he's available, yes or no. He might not be his pick, but he'll still have a say in it. But they might not have dug him out, yeah, but he looked last night a decent player, yeah.
Aye, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's the first time the manager's probably we're getting to see what the manager's opinion on certain players is, or what kind of players that he'll give a green light to. And let's face it, mate, on the kind of debuts, and I was probably a bit negative on Skov Olsen, because I was expecting the guy that came from Bruges to turn up in the first game for us, but I think it's just I'm desperate for us to have that one signing.
He's not kicked a ball for October, mate. You're in. Well, I get it. You want everybody to be brilliant, but you've got to put the common sense hat on. He hadn't kicked a ball for October.
No, I get that, mate. I'm not always just in that kind of level looking at it that they're coming for better leagues, and I'm expecting, like you see it with other teams, Ox, they seem to sign players and they seem to hit the ground running, and I just wish we would get a wee bit of that luck. Is
that true, mate, or is that because you look and you see, oh, Hibs brought a player on Sunday and they ran about a bit, a new player. He didn't do a lot. But because we think your players are only brilliant, you know, it's you've got to be sensible. If that guy might have played last week that Hibs played and he's match fit. Olsen's not played since October. He's now 3 games under his belt. He'll be better for it. I think he might get another against Queen's Park. All of a sudden, he's played 4 games, built up his fitness, and he might be ready to roll. Now, I don't know how good he's going to be, but watch this space, mate.
Mm-hmm. Aye, no, mate. And by the way, it's coming for a good place, Ox, for what they're willingness to these signings. You know what I mean?
Aye.
I just want it, like us to I don't think Rangers have had good luck, Ox, in the past few seasons. I think we've been very unlucky, and I'm not saying it's a hard done by story and stuff like that, but I think there's been things that's went against us, and I think it's about time that we had a wee bit of the. There's you were talking about the fixtures and that the night across the road and that, and they're all up in arms about it. Remember, there was times with us we were just getting hot with games after games and all the rest of it, and then we just had to get on with that farce with Dundee with our waterlogged pitch constantly. That probably killed our momentum as well. Not getting that other line. So I hope what I say is that we get something whether it's a player that hits form just at the right time, or let's say the fixture congestion shines on us for once.
Aye, listen, you'll need a bit of luck, mate. You'll always need a bit of luck, yeah?
Aye, mate, aye.
Right, Bridgman seems to have went for his Horlicks early. So, last word for your good self, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Ox.
I've just been informed it's Ovaltine, mate. Ovaltine. Oh, didn't know it was an Ovaltine. Carry on, GB.
Well, I thought it would be cup of soup for him. Great to be on, Ox. It's always good to kind of air the views, mate, and get a good perspective on things, mate. And like I say, just keep this train going, mate. We're 3 points behind now, mate. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks,
Yeah. Can I thank Jude, who joined us? Bobja, of course, the one and only South Side. Who did I miss anybody? Stevie, of course. And anybody else. Oh, Ross, who popped in at the start of the show. And of course, Bridgman and GB for doing the show. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. Thanks for listening. And just to let you know, and we'll get it out on my socials, we'll be joined the Monday night by Ewan McFarlane, the Club 1872, who's going to give us an update of what's happening at Club 1872. I know it's their elections, but it'll be interesting to see what Ewan's got to say. So thanks for listening. Take it away, Old School Boy.